Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. In the last episode, we got a lot of this stuff set up, which is probably confusing for new players, but it is very, very important. Let's see, let's go ahead and get some copper stuff set up. And as I'm setting up these balancers, one of the things that I meant to mention in the last episode, but did not, was that I see a lot of newer players kind of treat these balancers like they're magic. They are not. They are just taking in whatever we are providing it and just distributing it evenly on the number of belts that we have sending out. We're not making things. And a common mistake I'll see new players do is they'll look at this and say, okay, I've got 4 belts of iron, 4 full belts of iron here, but you technically don't. We are currently producing half of a yellow belt with this many furnaces. That is the max bounds that this can actually produce. So we're getting half a yellow belt coming down, and then we're taking that half yellow belt, and through this balancer, we're dividing it by 4. So it's significantly less than that. And we don't have 4, so we don't want to build our factory off of this. Technically, to be more accurate, what I like to do is to just cut off these lanes, because we're producing half a belt. We're producing half a belt here. This is actually how much iron we have. Actually, half of this. So that just will keep it straight in our heads. So we don't think that we're producing more than we actually are. Same thing with copper. We're not producing half a yellow belt. We're producing half of a half yellow belt, which is what is actually going down there. These balancers don't make stuff for us. They just can hide what we truly have. Which is one of the reasons why I don't like to do buffers and things like that, because they tend to hide problems, or at least delay them until much later. So that will be good. Let's see, what are we producing here? We're producing some stuff. We're gonna need some more things here. We're gonna need some more undergrounds. That is for sure. I would like to get some more inserters. Currently, I'm making 5 of them. I would like more, please. And probably some fast inserters as well. Power poles, why not? And anything else? Oh, turrets. Some turrets would be nice as well. All right, so that should get us started at least. We've got copper, we've got iron on our bus. I think we're at the point where we can finally start making stuff. I'm going to run over here and grab some stone bricks, so we'll have a little bit more for making paths. And actually, I think I did that earlier. But since I'm over here, I'm committed to it. And, yeah, I think we are good to go. Actually, do we have some turrets? We do. I'm just going to throw a couple here just for fun. And probably need to move those turrets up to that power. But I'm sure it'll be fine. And ever since then, she started watching a lot of true crime documentaries. So I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so let's just move this out to work with spacing, and we need to start building stuff. I do want to get to science, but there's some things I would like to build before we get to science. And let's see. I think we'll just start like right here. Let's give it a little bit of space, maybe 4 spaces. And give it a little bit of space this way to deal with some belt logistics we may have on that end. And I think we can start building right here. Okay, first thing I want is a ammunition making place. Basically, we're taking our ammunition factory from up there and just moving it down here on the bus. Let's see, you guys can spit out to a box for now, and that will be fine. And eventually, we'll get fast inserters. Do we have any yet? No, but we will here soon. And the fast inserters will be able to pull the iron in faster, so we don't have to do multiple inserters coming in. We can just do one fast inserter right there. All right, so these guys need iron, so we're going to need to do our first little bus pull here. So I'm going to put a splitter right there, and then just carry this on across like that. We don't need that anymore. That was just for spacing. And that will feed over here and get these guys fed. And then we need another pole right here for this iron line. Right there. And that will come like that and feed the bottom. That keeps this area open and this area open. And we're pulling off of the bus there. I'm not going to worry about it now, but at some point in the future, I might set an output priority. So off that splitter right there. So that will ensure that this is going to be full. And now that I'm thinking about it, we probably need to move that a tile down in order to ensure that that's going to be full, but it's ammunition. I'm not too worried about it. It's not worth rebuilding all of that. All right, that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and copy this setup, and I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces down like that. And the next thing I want to make is a place that is going to be making gears. A lot of people don't like to put gears on the bus, but I do. I find it very, very helpful. One of the reasons is we use gears in a lot of places, so it makes sense to bust them. And another reason is gears compress really well. And what I mean by compress really well, what do we need for that? Electronic circuits. So we need copper. Is that a gear uses 2 iron plates. One gear uses 2 iron plates. So for every 1 gear you have on the belt, you're basically having the amount of iron that you actually need going out by compressing it down into a... did we not make those? No, we didn't. Oh, I forget turrets are slow. So yeah, we're actually compressing our belt down and being able to do more with less. All right, but you guys are not going to be making bullets. You are going to be making gears. Okay, and let's start out with like 4 machines making them. We're going to need a lot more, but I think that'll be a start. You guys will send out onto a line, and that will come out. And technically, this is a 2-to-1 ratio. There is 2 iron plates coming in, and that is making at 0.5 seconds. So in reality, if we were going to be like really optimizing this, we would want 2 inputs to 1 output. It's probably not that important at the start because we're not going to be having that much of demand on it. But it is something to think about. Okay, do we have our splitter now? Good. Actually, I think I'm going to take off the output priority there, but definitely put it on there because I definitely want us to pull in as to prioritize gears. All right, and I think that's a start. Let's go ahead and I'm going to throw some turrets down here just to be safe. And let's get power running down here because we're going to definitely need that. Let's see, what's this power pole spacing? It's not convenient. All right, let's just run it down like this for now, and we'll worry about fixing it and making it look pretty later. That'll go there. Let's see, we actually want this running down our collision bus, which will be right here. Maybe the inside of the collision bus, right here. Let's do it. Let's do it there. So there. Hook up into a big spaghetti mess up there. And from there, we can just space this out. Yeah, there we go. All right, and power. Okay, that'll get ammo going. Oh, that's unfortunate. And we'll line those up a little bit better. Okay, so we're producing ammo now. We're producing gears right now. This... Let's see, where do we want to put our gears? I guess we'll continue copper on down. And that will be copper, and then 2 spaces, and I guess we just put gears on that line? Yeah, I think that'll work, and we'll probably want to make that 2 belts at one point. But for now, I think that is going to be good. All right, so that gets us a start on some of those things. Let's go ahead. At this point, I want to start what's being attacked. Oh, you know that part where I said I'm not going to worry about defending the power better? Yeah, that's biting me right now. Let's see. Can we make a machine gun? We can. Let's get ammo in there. I probably should have picked up some ammo. Oh, it's only 2 of them. It's only 2 of them. It's still very annoying, but now we know that this area up here is not safe. Okay, let's move these guys. And let's see, let's put them... like right here. Do we have wall? We should have plenty of wall. Let's make sure they get walled up. There we go. We got turrets there, but we don't have turrets over here in this area that we just completely built new, which is probably something we need to worry about. Let's run by here. We'll stop by the old ammo maker. We'll go ahead and pull that up, I think, in favor of the one that we currently have, and that should just give us a ton of stuff. How are we doing belt-wise here? Pretty good. Let's go ahead and take this out, too. For now. Yeah, see, now that we're actually using this iron, you can see what we're actually producing. We weren't producing 4 full belts down here at all. And now that this stuff is drained out, we can see actually what we're producing. And that is the illusion. Oh, look at all this ammo. Fantastic. Let's keep a little bit of it. Oh, no, this is all defended here. Okay, so that's good. All right, where were we? We were talking about making a science area here. So let's do 4 spaces there and pull out our labs. And for science, what I like to do is I do weird sushi setups and stuff sometimes. I don't think I'm going to do that this time. just going to do my traditional science setup, which looks something like this. Let's see. We don't have a lot of fast inserters. Let's make some more. Okay, that looks good. And there and there. How many of these do I want to make? Let's make 4. That seems like it'd be a good start. And how are we doing on undergrounds? Not great. Let's see. Let's start with this one since it's going to be our first one. Okay, so the way this setup works is I have this area right here reserved as being the science bus. And we're going to have our science that we produce come up this way. This belt is going to be for the red and green science. This belt is going to be for the blue and the black science. And this one is going to be for the yellow and the purple science. And then we'll have another one over here. Or possibly bots or something like that that'll bring up our space science. And as it travels up, these inserters are going to grab it and put it in this lab, and this lab, and this lab. And then we'll daisy chain our labs going off in this direction, like this. And they'll feed that lab and go all the way across. It's a very effective way to do it, and I like it. Let's see, we don't need that. We don't need that since you are at the end. That'll just stop right there. And I believe that is going to work for us. All right, that'll be the end of the science right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And we can start making science proper. Let's see, let's do the accurate measurement here. Right here. All right. I think that works. Let's see. Okay, so for red science, we need gears. We have that. We need copper. We have that. But for green science, we're also going to need circuits. And I could make those on site, but I don't believe I'm going to do that. I think I want to instead go ahead and make a circuit making facility. I think that would be good. And I want to do that on the other side of the bus here. And in order to do that, we need to decide how many bus lanes we need. So 4 for iron, 4 for copper. Those will be updated to red belts and then blue belts. So we'll be able to get much more than we actually need. I think it's 6 red belts of copper is technically what we need. With 4 blue belts, we'll be able to get more than that. Let's see. We had some gears. Line of red circuits, line of blue circuits. Let's do green circuits. Like to have lots of those. Let's see. Coal, stone, stone brick, and steel. And then we'll have a miscellaneous one, and that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Miscellaneous being, we need things like iron ore, plastic, engines, stuff like that. Maybe we put an additional one in here just as a spare. I think 6 would work, but we'll do 7. All right, and that'll come down here. We'll have a walking path going on this side. And then we basically start doing the same thing over here. All right, so I'm going to take this a little bit down because I do want to maximize our throughput here. I'm just doing a little bit of measuring here. so that is where our copper line is going to come in. For green circuits, we need copper. We need iron. So I'm going to go ahead and pull our copper out here that we need. All right, and let's see. Do we need a collision bus on this side? Probably. And let's see. We don't need the science bus, so we can start working from right here. All right, that's going to come out a ways. And let's give it just a little bit of space here for some belt logistics. And I'm going to set up this pattern right here. All right, so electronic circuits require 1 iron plate and 3 copper cables and take 0.5 seconds to make. So the reason I'm making 3 is these make 2 every 0.5 seconds, and this needs 3. So you're going to make 2, you're going to make 2, you're going to take 2, that's going to be 6 altogether, and that's enough to support 2 of these machines. So each one of these needs basically 1.5 of these copper makers, wire makers to run, and we can basically make them share. This one will be shared by both sides. All right, so our copper will come in there. We'll make that. That'll feed across to there. And then you guys... I have a fairly standard setup that I do for these, and I'm wondering if there might be a better way to do that. Let's see. I take in iron generally and send out circuits and send in iron. Let's get some long-handeds and some more fast inserters. You guys go in, and you guys send out. I think that'll work for now. And then we'll basically just mirror this setup on the other side. Am I out of those? I am. Boy, I thought we made a... I'm not out of those. Why is it ghosting? Maybe I was hitting the ghost button. Okay, you pull in. You pull in. Out, 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 out. Fast inserters there, fast inserters there, fast, 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 and then we'll have a line of copper coming in there. All right, that looks good to me. Let's get our power running this way. Trying to place these power poles in such a way where I don't have to move them later. We'll see if that ends up working out. Okay, that'll come down there. And let's see. Power, 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 power? No. Have to do like that. Nope. Insides? Oh, wait a minute. You go there. That works. No, you stay, and we just flip the power poles and the inserter positions there. And that works. Okay, you go down 1, and you go down 1. And this should be more than enough circuits starting out. It's just I'm setting up the whole thing basically just to get spacing set up right here. All right, let's see. I think we're going to need 1 iron line coming in. So let's go ahead and get that going. And we're going to need another copper line coming in right here, and that's going to do ugly things with our gears. Maybe. Why? How did this get off? Oh, I did the full length there. Okay, that makes sense to me. That starts right there. And that's going the wrong way. How do I get it to... It seems like it was going the right way before. It's not. We'll just have to flip them. All right, so you pull there. We reverse that, reverse that, reverse that, that. Okay, and that one's actually correct. Okay, you guys go out there. We pull iron off here, which is going to conflict, but it's not that big of a deal since that is ammo. You are going to come this way and come out here. And then what I want to do is take this up a ways and split it, because we don't need nearly as much iron as we need copper. Yeah. So you guys will come out, we'll combine these lines together. That feeds into there, and that should get our circuit started. Provided we had our recipe set. All right, these are only going to put on the outside of the belt. These are only going to put on the top of the belt, but when it comes down here to the splitter, that should even them up a bit. We'll take this on by just power poles. No, that's the collision bus, isn't it? So that power pole was actually fine. That's what the whole collision bus is for. Okay, and circuits will go out. Let's see, we were going to put those right here, weren't we? All right, that looks grand. Let's go ahead and protect our investment here. And let's see, I have not been placing any radar down. We should probably be doing that. Let's go ahead and create a couple. And radar is one of those things that the collision bus is for, placing things like radar. How far does that go over? I'm not sure, but we're catching the power up there, which is where I was going to place another radar. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Because the more radar that you have, they each like do these like scans around the area. So the more radar you have, the more area gets scanned. Like that little dot right there, that's one of our radars scanning that area, and it'll just kind of expand out. Looks like we have some biters up here in the northeast. But as you can see, the pollution is kind of slowed down because it's hitting the green tiles. But going south is where, yeah, we're just polluting a lot because that's desert. That doesn't absorb nearly as much. But I think that puts us in a really good spot, and even though we spent a lot of time doing planning and things like that, it's going to be worth it in the end. We're just going to be able to start just cranking out science, I believe, and building this stuff. Let's see. I just grabbed a ton of stone, so let's go ahead and get this path built. Let's get it built better. There we go. All right, and that'll hook up right there. And that is going to go down. That gives us both sides of our bus, and things are looking pretty good. We've got chips, we've got gears. Who could ask for anything more? All right, well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode where we are going to take on science and at least get red and green going. We'll get research going again, and we should be pretty much on track for the rest of the game. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.